First, I want to quote from our president, President Barack Obama, who, in talking about the stimulus to the American people, said, "In a global economy where the most valuable skill you can sell is your knowledge, a good education is no longer just a pathway to opportunity, it's a prerequisite. The countries that out-teach us today will out-compete us tomorrow." I think those of us who are part of the University of California understand that is a truism. We struggle to and take joy in teaching the future agents of our economy, both locally and globally, because we spread knowledge and people throughout the world. So the stimulus bill has about $150 billion. I mean, billion is no longer a surprising word. We're all used to the B word now. But $150 billion for elementary, secondary, and post-secondary education, another $4+ billion for early education, and $26 billion in education tax credits. This is a major chunk of that. And it's recognition that you've got to transform the workforce if you are going to compete in the global economy. And you see, it is a system that is incredibly poised to do that, to stimulate the California economy. We are by far the best public university system in the world, and I don't think there's anyone who would disagree with that. We are producing 40,000 new alums every year, people who have the latest skills and technologies, who understand psychology and bioscience, and we're refreshing our knowledge base every year. We have 1 million UC graduates alive today. So California already is starting with a very good base. We're continuing to refresh our intellectual stock. We also produce a lot of teachers for K through 12, community colleges, the state university system. And every year through the Cal Teach program, we put out an additional 1,000 math and science teachers for K-12. So we're an educator without that is second to none in terms of public university. So we're ready to go with the stimulus bill. It will support through the many billions of dollars. It will support what we do, and we will be able to do it more and better. The one thing that I don't think is as well understood as our role in producing the future workforce is our role as an employer, which, it's all about jobs right now. This stimulus bill was about putting people to work, and we are a major part of it. And I'll use my own campus as an example. UC Davis is the largest employer in the region, except for state government. We are number 2. We employ 30,000 people, and I tell that to people, and they're shocked. They just can't believe it. That little campus over the Causeway. We're the second largest employer. And I want to give you an example. Many people, there are 2 important campuses in this region, large public universities. There's Sac State, which educates about 27,000 students a year. There's UC Davis, which we educate about 30,000 students on our campus. So they're comparable size. Sac State has about somewhere between 3,000 and 3,500 employees. It is a major employer. UC Davis has 30,000 employees, almost 10 times as many employees, with a comparable student populations. What's the difference? The difference is that we have somewhat different missions. Our mission is certainly to educate, but we're also a major research and development lab. And the people of California are very fortunate that we bring in most of the money to hire all of those people ourselves. We do it through our grants, through our ability to attract funding for solving some of the greatest problems in society. And for every dollar that the state of California invests in a UC, we return $6. Now, you think about the return on investment in today's economy, that's a no-brainer. And for every 2 direct jobs, people we hire at UC Davis, another job is created in the state of California to support those people. And whether it's dry cleaning or selling them a car, an investment in us is an investment in jobs in a very powerful and big way. And for UC as a whole, not just talking about my campus, we attract $14 billion as a whole to the state economy. And that includes $4 billion in tax revenues that come to our state as a result of our activity as a University of California system. So we educate people, we provide jobs, and the third thing we do is we transform the economy. We're always on the cutting edge of what needs to be happening in the state, but also increasingly globally in the economy. We develop new industries, new technologies. We develop more efficient and better ways to do things, whether it's IT or transportation logistics. We're always figuring out a better way to bring scientific knowledge to the people of California and to the globe. UC Davis has an energy efficiency center. It was started about 4 years ago by Governor Schwarzenegger. He gave us $1 million. He cut the ribbon. We had a lot of fun. That investment has brought in millions more. All 5 of the of the California major utilities are investors in this project. They all meet with us regularly. Major retailers such as Walmart, Safeway are members. So we are a convener of people who want the ideas that we're generating, and we put them out into the world. The clean tech and green tech sectors in Northern California particularly are growing around Berkeley and around Davis as a result of our ability to generate these new ideas. So investment in us also means investment in new industries that are going to be employing us into the future. I'll give you an example of one of the ways in which we can attract funds because of who we are and what we do as a system. Part of the stimulus package was about $600 million went to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, and NIST funding is going to provide about $300 million in direct appropriations for construction of research facilities. That's what we do. And there's going to be $10 million for a collaborative effort to develop comprehensive healthcare system electronic records keeping. We do that. We have expertise on it. We're going to compete for those funds. And I've already been meeting with people who are going to go after the smart grid money. There's a huge amount of money that's going to come down to improving the distribution of our electrical supply in this country. California is poised to get a large amount of the stimulus package. The fourth role that we play in the economy is perhaps one that's not as well recognized, and that is our role as a connector. I bet a lot of you read Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point, and I think if you have, you realize that economic vitality doesn't depend just on someone coming up with a good idea. It depends on having the networks of capital, of friendships, of economic ties, so that those new ideas go out and make a difference in the world. The UC system is a great connector, not only in our local communities, but truly globally. An example from UC Davis is that we attract scholars from around the world, and we have the 4th largest number of foreign scholars on our campus after Harvard, Stanford, and Berkeley. UC Davis is number 4. And of the top 10, 7 are UC campuses. We connect California globally to ideas and people and to markets. So our orientation is outward and as well as inward to the people of California. We bring people and ideas to us. I think there's playing this role as an economic node is something we're beginning to really appreciate as the economy has globalized. There's one way, though, I think that we need to improve, and that is our role as a connector between the economy directly through industry and to the campuses. And there's in my field, I teach management of technology. I'm an economic sociologist, and there's like, if you look at a network grid, you look at the UC campuses on one side, you see the money coming in, you'd see the people working in the labs, we're educating people in the labs, and there over here on the other side, you see industry, pharmaceuticals, agricultural industries, all the industries, and here's UC producing all these incredible new ideas, and then you have the economy that really can use these ideas. What's in between is what people in my field call the valley of death, because ideas cannot cross that valley. We speak different languages. We have a reputation of being erudite and speaking in jargon, and you have the language of business. And I'm dean of a business school, so I know both languages. I'm not fluent in both, but I at least understand both of them. And we have got to do a better job figuring out how we connect the laboratories and the scientists who want to do great stuff and who believe that the penultimate mark of success is an article in Cell or Nature or some very prestigious journal, and then to have them understand that that's not the end of their research. It is really the beginning of it. We need to get it so that it can be translated into activities that make a difference in our economy. We're doing some things at UC Davis to bridge the valley of death, and if you're interested, I'd be happy to tell you during our later conversation. Thank you.